y'all some time to come on in and join us. Hope everybody's having a great Father's Day. How's yours been, babe?
Wonderful. Got some food. Smack your mama good. I can't tell you. I keep telling y'all, you better get you one of these. But just like the old commercial, know my brother, you gonna have to get your own. All right, let's turn the music down and get right into this, guys. This is just a new part of our channel. You know, we have a YouTube channel, Bountiful Harvest with Joe and Keisha. And like we said before in the teaser, we will also want to talk about how to build good relationships, have good marriages. There are some practices and some general things that I think have been missing in our communities. And we want to share that with you. You know, the title of this live is Dating with Intention 101. And what I want to do is go back a little bit to, you say 50, 60 years ago. People did not date. My wife and I had this discussion earlier. Back in the day, and like I say, you could maybe not 50 or 60, but say 70, 80 years ago, we saw talk about arranged marriages. And what it was, you might have an older gentleman, and I'm going to use the color purple as a model so everybody can kind of understand what I'm talking about. You know, Mister, who was a terrible guy, the character was terrible. He was a man in his probably late 30s, early 40s. His wife had died, and he had these kids. And he went to see, what was her name? Celia's father. I'll never forget. He's like, I got to have somebody right now. My kids, I need somebody to help me with this house. And that's what he did. So that was a common practice where they would take an older gentleman. He's already established. He needs a wife. He needs someone to, in this instance, he needs someone to take care of his kids. But normally, you bring a woman, and the prime age is 18 to 25. I'm not talking about getting the 13, 14-year-old girls and bringing them into the house. But you got this woman, and 18, 25 is prime childbearing years. So they would put that thing together, and like I said before, the woman is going to make his house a home, and he's going to provide the lifestyle and take care of her. That's the equitable trade in that. But that brings us right to this dating with intention. When you go out on a date with somebody, and again, let me preface this. This is not for folks who are looking to just have fun. This is for people who are intending to date with the intention of getting married. Right, Keisha?
Right. And it's like you said, courting.
Yeah.
It's not really dating, it's courting. He used the example about Mr., but I remember back in the day, before I was born, you know, you could go over the girl's house, but y'all sat on the porch. You might steal a glance or two, maybe hold hands, but you courted that woman. And it was the intention to make her your wife one day, sooner rather than later.
Exactly.
Also, you know, that's back, you know, when you had a little something to put together for the family. It's called a dowry, but we've gotten far and removed from that. But the whole point about courting or dating with intention is you have a goal, an end goal in mind.
Exactly. So, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about family, faith, and finances. And this comes from a book that we've read. What was it called? 1001 Questions.
Grab it, baby.
Okay, let me go grab this book.
Because that's actually, this book that he's going to show you is one of the giveaway items for our subscriber drive that we're in right now. And if you haven't seen that post, we're trying to reach 1,000 subscribers. This book is called 1001 Questions to Ask Before You Get Married. And this is actually, once we reach 100 subscribers, that book, we're going to give it away. And we have other prizes also that I'll let you know about at the end. But back to the topic.
Right. So like I said, we're going to be talking about family, faith, and finances. And the first thing we're going to tackle is family. And so you want to ask yourself, to whom is your devotion? Is it to your parents or your spouse? Question number 2, what compromises are you willing to make? What compromises are you willing to make in regards to your family? So these are questions that you need to ask yourself and your potential spouse.
Right. These are in the book. They have great short chapters to really get you thinking. I know since we've already jumped the broom, my devotion is definitely to my spouse.
Exactly.
Yes, my family is still very important.
Yes.
But in the Bible, when you marry, you become one.
Yep.
And
Amen.
he is my one.
She is my one.
And the compromises that you're willing to make are important when you're dating with intention, because for some people, some things are a no-go. There's, that they're not willing. And if you find that out earlier on, you know what you're setting yourself up for.
Exactly. It goes back to, like I say, the dating with intention. That very first date, and this is just our advice, it's not written in stone, but I think it works better. When you first start going out with somebody, on the very first date, if you are marriage-minded, that's one of the first things you need to ask that other person. Because if they're not marriage-minded, what are you doing? You're wasting time. And that's men and women. Some people want to be married, some people don't.
Yeah, it's important to be in the same mind at the same time.
Exactly.
Your goals need to match so that you can become equally yoked.
Exactly. Which brings us now to faith.
Yes.
So, another question that you want to pose to your potential mate is, do you share the same religious faith? Let me say that again. Do you share the same religious faith? We all know that there are definitely different faiths. You have Christian, Muslims, Hindu, Buddhists. There's so many out there. And I'm not saying that though if you have 2 different faiths it can't work, but it will be a unique challenge. And then number 2, how important is religion in your own life? Because if you're not a person who's really into religion and into spirituality, but you connect yourself with somebody, that could be a potential sticking point.
Yeah, it could be a red flag. I mean, these are foundational questions. These are broad questions that you need to at least be able to come to a meeting of the minds with. Say, you're of one faith and they're of another. It affects how you worship, when you worship, where you worship.
Exactly.
So that can become a problem.
Exactly. And, I find that, we all know that marriages, there's a 50% divorce rate. And I believe it's directly related to people don't ask the hard questions. They don't ask the right kind of questions. They get caught up in the love and the romance. Yeah. And, oh, he's the best. And will you marry me? I thought you never asked. And then you get involved with someone and you realize that you don't like something, or like you have conflicts in religion, or even just, what's the word I want to use? Just, I can't think. I knew I was going to do. Yeah,
we're good.
Got a little low power. We're going to wrap this thing up, guys, because we're running out of power now. But we're going to bring it right to finances, which that's usually the number one thing that destroys marriages. So the question is, what is the number one thing couples argue over the most? Money. And it's important that financial discussions begin early in the dating relationship. Because what if you're a saver and your potential spouse is a spender? Okay, there's a problem.
You're gonna
right
bump
there.
Heads, yes.
And then the other thing is, you should discuss the dreams and goals and how to finance them together.
Right.
Because if you're going to be husband and wife, these things need to be done together. It shouldn't be, I got my money over here to do what I want. It will never work.
Or you set up a structure that will.
Yeah.
One formula is you each have individual accounts. You have a combined account for bills and everything.
Right.
And maybe another account for savings. So that way your money is structured. You know how far you can go. Because if my husband says he wants to save to get a an old car to remodel or rebuild.
Yeah, GTO.
And that might not be in my finances. Or say he wants to get me a gift.
Yeah.
That's going to come out of his finances.
Exactly.
So I won't know about it. That's the whole, surprise of it all. So you really have to discuss all those dreams and those goals and ambitions so that your partner is aware.
Exactly. Well, look, I hope that this has been informative. We're going to try to do this on a regular basis. And remember, when we get to 100 subscribers, we're going to be giving this book away.
We're going to do a drawing.
We're going to do a drawing after we get those 100 subscribers. Remember, our goal is to get to 1,000, guys. So please help us reach that goal.
And you need to go on YouTube to subscribe at Bountiful Harvest with Joe and Keisa. Also, our individual pages. Look for the reels, look for the giveaway notifications. Please like, share, and subscribe. Share this live. Let people know that we're just a couple of real people who've gone through a lot to get to the best.
Amen. All right, we're going to end it right here, guys. Remember the 3 components to change, because everyone can change. You should be willing to change. The 3 components are: first, you make a decision; second, you make a commitment; and third, you become consistent. Because if you're consistent to your commitment, to your decision, you will change. All right, we're going to end it the same way we started, with a little music.
And we will definitely be back. We'll see you next time with a little bit more from the book. And who knows what else we have in store.
All right, later.